Okay, I would now like to introduce our student commencement speaker, Girish Sankar. Girish is graduating with a double degree in economics and finance. Over the past 4 years, he has interned for Merrill Lynch, PricewaterhouseCoopers, TIA Kraft. There are two things I'd like to emphasize about Girish. The first is that he lobbied the Smith School of Business to create a program preparing students for internships on Wall Street. The other thing, though, that I would like to emphasize is that he also helped to found Chinmaya Yuva Kendra, a forum for Hindu students on campus, and with that group worked on a project to bring healthcare, sanitation, and education to a small village in India. I give you Girish Sankar.
Sorry, I'm a little tall. So I'd like to start off my speech by saying thank you to the Dean, our distinguished faculty, our alumni, our parents, our friends, and especially us, the class of 2013. It's been an incredible... It's been an incredible 4 years, and our appreciation is owed to all the people around us that have made it possible. In Maryland, we've been lucky enough to hear from some incredible speakers in the past. My freshman year, President Obama spoke on campus. And a couple weeks ago, the Dalai Lama, the spiritual leader of Tibet, spoke here as well. Unfortunately, I'm not the political or spiritual leader of any countries, but I'll see what I can do. So naturally, when I sat down to write this speech, figuring out what to discuss was no easy task. I couldn't talk about myself. I didn't want to bore anybody. I soon realized, though, that I wanted to tell a story about our beloved economics department at the University of Maryland. I was originally a business major, but when I declared economics as well, I didn't realize how math-intensive and challenging the classes would be. The first couple weeks were a struggle. When I first started trying to figure out economics, this led me to a slightly amusing experience. My study partners and I would go to the library, and in the library there are huge study rooms with big whiteboards. So by the end of a study session, our whiteboard would be covered with equations and formulas and whatever we needed to do to finish our problem sets. In reality, when people would walk by and look at these problem sets, they would think, wow, what is going on here? In reality, it was just my mediocre calculus skills. And the major as a whole has been very fulfilling to my peers and I. On a serious note, this department has made for some awesome experiences. Only at a high caliber school such as ours did professors relate macroeconomic concepts to current events like the debt crisis in Greece. They had us in class derive why this country was going through a debt crisis and basically teach us that what the world was unable to understand before the crisis hit. My public finance professor instructed us on both sides of the coin when it came to Medicare, Medicaid, and the need for reform in United States programs. So one day, when we're in the position to make these decisions that affect the people around us, we'll be able to draw from our education. These types of experiences define our career at Maryland as economics majors. So now, when wondering why Maryland graduates love to come back here and recruit students, the pieces fall into place. They aren't just finding ways to get days off from work and come to career fairs, and they're not just trying to relive the dream for another night at Bentley's or Cornerstone. At first, I thought maybe our alumni found a connection with us because we both experienced the same 5-star accommodations on North Campus, or maybe we both just really dislike ACC schools in North Carolina. But at the end of the day, it seems that together we might have created a positive externality. For the parents in the audience, an externality is an activity or decision that affects a third party that was uninvolved. For example, dumping sewage into rivers causes pollution, which is a negative externality, or breaking a swing set at a public park and causing mental anguish for some small children is also a negative externality. So, in essence, being a graduate of the University of Maryland is a complete positive externality for the community around us. So lastly, I wanted to end with a quote. Calvin Coolidge once said that persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. Persistence over the last years is what got us here and what will take us forward. We're all diverse in our experiences and in our backgrounds, but we are united in our university. Congratulations to the class of 2013.
Let's go! Let's go!
Thank you for a great talk. Here is a gift, and I don't think it's a tie. Thank you. Okay, next we will recognize our doctoral and master's candidates. I would like to introduce Dr. John Shea, Director